Friends, I don't know where you all are, but down here in Southern California, the weather is gorgeous. We got high 80s all week. So to go along with that, I figured we'd do a seafood dish. We're gonna do a scallop and cream sauce pasta, Tuscan style. Of course, you're gonna need your scallops. We got some butcher box, wild caught scallops here. Have not tried them yet, and I'm very excited to do so. Get yourself some spinach, 1 yellow onion, mushrooms, Parmesan cheese, a stick of butter. Don't worry, we're not gonna use the whole stick. About 4 to 6 cloves of garlic. Your fettuccine pasta. You can also do linguine, spaghetti, whatever your favorite is. Want some heavy whipping cream? You can also do the half and half, but I prefer the heavy. It's gonna give you a thicker cream sauce. You're gonna want some white wine. I prefer Pinot Grigio, and I got some bomb Terlato here. But if you're not gonna get the Terlato, at least get some Pinot Grigio. You're also gonna need some sun-dried tomatoes and oil. We're gonna drain this, but we're not gonna drain all of it. We're gonna use some of the oil for the recipe. For your seasonings, you got your salt and your pepper. I got some of this garlic seasonal. Definitely gonna want some Italian seasoning. And some lemon herb, lemon pepper, something along those lines. So we're gonna start cooking. But if the weather's just as nice where you are, go enjoy it, and you can cook when the sun goes down. All right, ladies and gents, now that we got our ingredient list, we're gonna go ahead and prep everything. That means we're gonna chop up the onion, chop up our mushrooms a little bit, and mince the garlic. We don't wanna go too small on the garlic, but you don't wanna leave it in big chunks either. We're gonna set everything aside in bowls until we're ready for it. Make sure you get the spinach and the parsley. Now to prep the scallops, you're going to want to take a clean paper towel and individually pat down each of the scallops. You want to make sure to get all the moisture off of them. Otherwise they're not going to sear properly in the pan, and you're probably going to get oil splatter all over you. Hot oil and water don't mix. If you don't believe me, feel free to learn the hard way, but I'd take my word for it. So the first thing we're going to cook is going to be the scallops. But before we do that, go ahead and get your pasta water boiling. But get about half the stick of butter, some of that olive oil, and get it nice and hot in a pan. You're going to want to add each of the scallops individually to the pan and give them a little room. If you need to, do them in 2 batches. You don't want them touching. And then we're going to leave them alone. They're going to sear on the one side for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're only going to flip them once. When we flip them, they're going to sear again on that side for another 2 to 3 minutes. Season them up with the salt, pepper, a little of the garlic salt, and then we're going to set them aside on a plate, and we'll add them to the pasta at the end. Save the butter and the juices in there too. We're going to want that. I apologize in advance, but we might end up using that whole stick of butter. In that same pan, we're going to cook the rest of our ingredients. Start with the onions. So get your butter in there, throw your chopped onions in, saute them down a bit, and then add your garlic into the pan. Cook it all together. Add some of the sun-dried tomato oil, and then we're going to add some of the white wine. Cook that all together for a minute or 2. Add the mushrooms, and then we're going to add the sun-dried tomatoes. Cook that all for another minute or 2, and we'll throw the spinach in there. Okay, now is going to be a good time to get your pasta going in the pot of boiling water. It's going to take about 9-10 minutes, so go ahead and get that going. Like I said, get your spinach in there, let it wilt for a second, and then we're going to add the whole carton of cream. Stirring occasionally. Go ahead and season it all up with all of the spices as much as you'd like, and then we'll hop on to the final steps here. Alright, almost ready to plate. Take that Parmesan cheese, grate it directly into the pan as much as you'd like. The more that you put in, the thicker the cream will get. Throw your scallops back in there, mix it all together. Your pasta should be just about al dente by now. Garnish it off with the parsley, and we're ready to plate. Alright, that'll do it, folks. Go ahead and get it plated. If you'd like, you can garnish it with a little bit more of the parsley and the Parmesan cheese. And this dish goes great with a glass of that Pinot Grigio and a side salad. So, hope you enjoy. Cheers!